Hey, what's going on, guys? I wanted to show you this cool thing I've been doing. I had an idea for our website where I actually wanted to build like a little mini game inside of the website. And so I have kind of built a small prototype quickly in inside of Claude. I literally just gave it this prompt. It was really sloppy. I gave it a screenshot, and actually I'll just show you the screenshot. So like, here it is. It's a little blaster game where this is shooting, and then there's like this explosion, and then it says builder economy. And then inside of Claude, I said, build the screenshot into a game that I can build into my Webflow site. The shooting should reveal the words builder economy. And so it built this like little mini game. And if I press spacebar, it'll shoot, and then these blocks explode, and it reveals the word builder economy. And so I thought this was like really clever, yeah, really excited to show you how I'm going to actually implement this and take it to the next level. I actually brought it over into Cursor, and now I'm literally having it build it from scratch. So I made my prompt a little more robust. I used a Figma MCP to connect it in. I was a little more deliberate with it, but it is now like, we're going to check its first iteration on this and see how it did. I need to figure out the best way to open it. So I'm going to ask it, I'm going to do an ask. I'm going to say, what is the best way to open or see this file is working and not load it into Webflow just yet. It might honestly just be opening the HTML file. That may be the easiest way, but let's see. Oh, cool. All right, let's, if I double click this, will it open? Okay, so it has like a little server that maybe it created. Install live server. Oh, okay. I'll try this. How do I do that? Maybe here, live server. Okay, that looks correct. This says 2 million, this says 65 million. I'm going to go with that one. All right, so that's installing. Now that it's installed, let's see, it says right click on. Okay, so maybe I have to right click on this. And oh, here we go, open with live server. Cool, okay. Cool. All right. So it did something here. All right. So it doesn't work with spacebar. I have to click. But this is pretty cool. It's definitely getting closer. But in style wise, it's kind of close, but still definitely needs some work. So I'm going to ask it, can you use the font bit? I think it's bit new. Let me just check. Bit new or new bit maybe. Okay. Let's grab this. For the builder economy text. The blaster used looks nothing like mine. Can I provide it? Also, okay. Let's maybe start there. And yeah, let's see if it should ask me for the font, like to put it in the right place. All right, so I'm gonna grab the fonts from my folder here. Probably, I don't know. I'm gonna just kind of tell it that I've got them all here and let it decide. Maybe I can just copy them. I have all here. Which is the best? All right, I'm just going to screenshot that and tell them I've got them all in this folder. You know, I probably need to put it into like a public folder or, because yeah, I think we're going to need to upload them probably to Webflow in order for it to work. Okay, so I'm going to put the WOF2 or OFF2 bold, this one in there. So I'm going to just drag that literally right into there. Okay. Okay, it's there. Okay, and now I'm going to also grab from my Figma file, I'm going to export this guy. Let's see, export. And we're going to do it as a SVG. We're going to call it Blaster. SVG. And we'll put that in, yeah, downloads for now. All right, so we're going to let's go grab Blaster SVG from our folder here, go back to Cursor, and we're going to just drop that in. Oh, shit, I've been on, excuse my language. Okay, try now. Also, I added blaster.svg to the file structure. So I added blaster SVG to the file structure, and yeah, hopefully that knows where to go. All right, let's see how it's doing here. Still thinking. It's going quite slow, I must say. I don't know if this works or not, but when I free up memory, it seems to improve what's going on here. I'm going to get rid of a few things, speed up our process a bit. It's kind of stuck on this Webflow thing, but all right, here it goes. So we will need to upload to Webflow our font, but here it will work with it locally. Yeah, and I'm not exactly sure. I guess the SVG probably will have to embed it in order for it to work as like a standalone item. That's the other thing. Yeah, if I look at the Webflow embed, I bet it includes everything in here. Yeah. That's why it's creating separate files. One is for the Webflow embed, so I can like easily just copy paste. And then index is really just like for development purposes. I think I could be wrong, but But I'm guessing that game.js will also be inside of this Webflow embed. All right, so it's updating the blaster to be the blaster I provided. Hoping that one's a pretty easy change. Oh, here we go. All right, let's move this guy around. Okay, the blaster cannot shoot. The quality of it is a bit rough. I mean, given that it's an SVG, it should be super crisp. So I'm going to ask some questions about that. I can't shoot. Okay. The quality of the blaster is a bit blurry. Also, it can't shoot anything. Oh wait, I forgot. It can shoot. My bad. Let me. I don't want it to fix that. So I want to also be able to shoot using the space bar. Oh wow, I didn't realize it can go up and down. That's cool. So let's see. Ooh, that's kind of hard to do when you move the mouse and the keyboard at the same time. I am going to track it to the mouse too. So if we use the mouse, it'll. Like, why is it blurry? That's kind of odd. Everything else seems pretty clear. And what it's using Canvas as the way to do this, which is fine, theoretically. You may want to use WebGL, but Canvas, I think, should do the trick for our very simple game. Taking a long time to do these changes, so let's free up some more memory. Hopefully that helps. Check our internet speed. Nice. Oh, that's so much easier with the space bar. Wow, I can shoot a lot faster. Let's see what happens if we go all the way to the end. Yeah, render quality is still not great on the SVG here. I wonder why that is. So weird. I think it's because it's rendered in Canvas. Maybe we need to consider another option. We'll see. Oh boy, you can't go to the edge. I'm going to just refresh. Still looking blurry. Is this a canvas issue? I mean, here it's really crisp. Tech. All right, I'm just going to ask if we should consider any other tech besides Canvas, if that might be better for this type of project, performance-wise, and just not having these kind of weird issues. I'm going to let it finish what it's doing first. It's taken so long. All right, almost there. Yeah, I don't think it did anything. So we're going to just see if switching tech might be the best move here. Yeah, I think WebGL might be the best move here. I'm going to just ask, what about 3JS? And I do think Pixie.js could be a good idea. Oh, it says it's overkill. So Webflow ready, harder, overkill. I think WebGL could do the trick though. So let's see. Okay, yeah, 3JS is massive overkill. Okay, let's try this with WebGL then, because of these blurry rendering issues keep persisting. All right, let's try to make this switch now. Hopefully this won't ruin everything. We can always revert. But yeah, I mean, we could try to keep troubleshooting this issue, which I'm positive it could be resolved, but I just don't want to like get stuck on that. It seems like such a silly thing to get stuck on. And WebGL is really performant these days. I've been seeing all these great tools come out. You know, you could build this with like Rive or with Spline, but honestly, I just don't think those tools will give you a lot of like great granular control, but then I got to like learn another tool. So here I can just explain what I want. I feel like I can move honestly a lot faster with this from a coding perspective than even like an actual tool like one of those. I'm not sure why I feel that way. I just feels like, yeah, it feels like it's doing a lot of the work for me. If those tools had this built into it, then yeah, game over. That would be perfect. So I actually don't know with WebGL if you need to like do anything special, like install any libraries, but looks like it's kind of like contained and standalone. Okay, still going. All right, hopefully this will start wrapping up soon. Oh, I didn't realize I can also move these guys too. This is my WASD, and also the arrow keys work too. It's really cool. But I'm looking at index HTML, so I got to look at the new one I just built. All right, so let's open this one with live server. Okay, well, it's just a block. Okay, but I want the blaster to use my blaster.svg. Okay, cool. So I'm asking if it can use the builder economy, like in the font B, this one. I'm going to just copy path. Cool. All right, now that's up and running. We are still strangely, is it just me? I'm going to like zoom in here. Looks like all the rendering here is not like as sharp as I would want it to be. The container looks a little, or not just a container, overall, all the content looks a tiny bit blurry. Can we make it all super crisp? These are all vector. So yeah, I'm just saying overall, all the content looks a tiny bit blurry. Can we make it all super crisp? These are all vector. Okay, now we're getting closer with the font. It's not quite clear and the coloring is wrong. And also I don't want it to disappear. I actually want it to remain, I think. So that way we're building, not destroying. Okay, this is definitely getting somewhere here. Yeah, we need this to be responsive too. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that helped exactly. But let me, all right, well, where it did help is definitely here, but in the blaster is still blurry. The blaster is still blurry. Let's see. Maybe that has something to do with the original size of it, but it is vector, so it shouldn't really matter. Okay, well, that's good. It kind of recognized that something's wrong with it. I'm going to try to export this as an SVG also and feed it to it and see if it can like replicate this. Also, text doesn't, well, before I tell it to do something else, let's just make sure. Okay, this is looking a lot more crisp. Okay. The builder economy text doesn't look like this. And I'm going to feed it this. Oops. Maybe I'll move this over and screenshot it. The builder economy text should be black. Also, when shoot I'm just going to just say should be black. The blaster should shoot multiple things, multiple lasers in different directions like this. I'm going to go back here. I want it to see this. All right, let's see if those changes were updated. So wait, what was it? Oh yeah. Okay, look, the text looks a lot better now. Love that. So yeah, that's a fix. And then now we'll change it to black. And also, let's see if the laser thing can get fixed. I'd also love like a little animation of the, like the fire from the spaceship. That'll be cool. Oh yeah, now it's looking much slicker. We just need to increase the size of builder economy and make sure the R is a lot, like all the letters scale a little bit more so that these are in a perfect block. The builder economy text looks good, but I want the word builder to have letter spacing so it matches exactly with economy. Look at the screenshot. Okay, cool. So now hopefully the blaster is working. Yeah. Oh, that's so killer. Oh man, this is so cool. And that goes a lot faster. Oh my God, this is amazing. I'm just loving this. I need to make it also work with the mouse. Can the user also use the mouse to move the blaster left, right, up, and down? Okay. I think, let's see if, oh no, builder is not perfectly aligned here. Let's go take a look at that. Looks like they added some special stuff here that I might be able to edit on my own. Letter spacing, find letter spacing. Maybe I can tweak this. So builder, maybe it should just be 2. One, let's see what happens. No, 1.5, 1.4. Getting closer, 1.5. There we go. All right, this is looking a lot better. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, this is so rad. Wow, we're almost there. All right, now I want these explosions to be a little bit cooler. So I'm going to go back to here and I'm going to export this guy. So let's export this as an SVG. Oops. Okay. Is it not working? Okay. Explosion. All right, let's move that into here. And I probably should have like a sprite for this, but so I made this little explosion thing. Can you riff on this and make it into a little sprite that explodes when it hits one of the bits of the letters? And I'm going to copy this path. All right. So, and now while that's doing that, the other thing I wanted to do is I want the fire in the back of the blaster to animate it like a jet engine would. This is so fun, I have to say. I'm just having a blast building this. Okay, and we're going to need this text. It doesn't look like it's perfectly centered. Could be wrong, but amount of space here, amount of space here looks a little bit off. Oh, okay. That's kind of cool, but I feel like it can be better. That's cool, but I think it could be better. Maybe just take mine as inspo. I'm going to look up like explosion pixel sprite. Maybe like I can find a sprite sheet that's like pretty cool. But I would love for it to be like not like a classic explosion. Maybe I can see. I'm going to save this prompt for later. Yeah, I just want to save that prompt for later. I'm going to ask ChatGPT. I need an explosion pixel sprite, but not like a traditional one. Something with like different colors. Got some suggestions of things to look at. Okay, so I just want to ask like if there's any suggestions it has of things to look at in terms of like explosion type pixel things. Give me the links. Let's see what these are. Okay, these are getting there. I want them to be more like pixely and it like thicker pixels. It's like a little too dense and accurate. Let's see if there's other ones here. Yeah, not quite it. Yeah, it's too smoke-like. I really want it to be like, I don't know, retro. Yeah. Let's see if there's anything else here. No. Let's keep searching here. Maybe we'll find something. Yeah, it's not quite it. Maybe it's like a firework instead of an explosion. Yeah, okay. Firework is definitely getting closer. All right. Let's just see. Maybe it came up with something that we like. Let's go to cursor. Let's go back here. Oh, okay. That's definitely getting better. Not bad, but I like the bulkiness of the one I showed. Yeah, because like I think what's nice about this design is it's like really thick. You know, it's like almost comically thick. And so there's something that makes it a little more special. Also, I kind of want these colors for and like these lasers are not thin enough. So I'm going to use that. The lasers should be more thin and use yeah. Okay, here we go. It's explaining it well. Chunky, substantial pixel art feel from your sprite. Make it a larger, blockier particle. Okay. Let's see if we can. I also may not want the physics, so I don't think we need them to fall down. You know, I don't love how, at the moment, I just don't love how these fall down. I know it's like more realistic that way. Yeah, I think if they can just not have gravity, that will be better. But let's see. Let's see how it does. All right, it is taking a long time again to do its thing now. Let's just see what happens when we finish this. Does it give any kind of message? Builder economy revealed. Great shooting builder. I don't know what. Oh, I guess revealed means that it revealed the whole thing. But it didn't really reveal it. It kind of made it go away. All right, it's definitely taking a long time. All right, while that it's still doing its thing, let's go back over to Figma and just see what else. Oh yeah, so I need to add like this loading state, and I want this to kind of like animate in at the beginning when it like appears in frame. I want it to like animate from like here to like here. I'm gonna get rid of these blaster things. But yeah, that'll be nice if it just kind of like moves in like that, and then it says is loading, and then then it will show the builder text. All right, I think I'm gonna interject because it's taking too long. Sometimes you just gotta like prod it a little bit. Okay, it's definitely doing something now, so that's good. Let's take a look while it's, oh yeah, now we're getting closer. Don't love the opacity. I'm gonna get rid of that. But also the opacity. Also, I don't want opacity to diminish. Just more of a hard fall off. So I don't want like opacity to change. I want it to just be like a super hard cutoff because it's meant to be like an old style. So remove gravity. I'm not going to say it'll know what to do. I don't want them falling down. It's definitely getting closer though with the effect. I am wondering if I should just try to build my own sprite though from this thing. Like how would I do it? Never built a sprite, but I'm guessing it's something like we would just remove some of these layers here. So I'm gonna like ungroup this. Oops, ungroup. How do I ungroup? There we go. Ungroup. No, ungroup again. Here we go. Like let's just maybe we start with like this. Okay, let's do the same thing with this one. And maybe this one will go until purple. Okay, and then maybe we'll do like one more that's like, well, I guess, you know what we can do is duplicate on the way back. Like maybe we grab this, and then we ungroup this, and we grab some of these guys. Maybe I'll just like delete some of these in the middle. Just flip these over. Maybe we'll make this bigger. I don't know. I like literally have never done this before. But it's starting to look cool. I think it's right. I'm gonna move that closer. Yeah, maybe it does this. Yeah, I'm kind of just flying in the dark here. I've never done this. So I'm just trying some stuff out here. Okay, I'm gonna like feed it this and see if it does anything. I guess I should probably group these. Two, three, four, five, and like, let's see, can I export each one of them? Let's see what happens. All right, well, let's just go back to see what it did. Yeah, I'm not loving that. Okay, I made a bunch of SVGs. Can you make them into sprites? They are in the folder. You know what? I'm gonna label them. Let me just go back here and put this text. Let's actually go ahead and label these. So this is Sprite 1. This one's Sprite 2. Oops. This one's Sprite 3. Yeah, Sprite 4. And this one's Sprite 5. I'm just going to take a look at like other sprites. Explosion Sprite. Yeah, okay. I think I kind of got the idea. All right, now we will re-export those. and go back here. Let's get rid of these. Delete. And we'll move these in here. All right, let's see if it will do the trick. So enthusiastic. All right, so it's almost done here. I'm telling it also I don't want it to use opacity. I noticed that it might. So let's just give it that instruction. All right, let's see how it did. Just refresh that. Okay, I suspected it might use opacity, but I think we're getting closer. I think once it doesn't have the opacity, it'll feel more pronounced, which is what I want. I want it to feel like it really is exploding. Huh. Seems like I defaulted back to something else, but maybe it's just still working on this. Kind of wanted to shake the screen a little bit when these explode. I think that'll be a nice wow, it's really jarring. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. These are cool. These are fucking cool. Oh man, I'm loving it. Nice. Can it shake the text a bit when they hit the pixels? Wow. This is so rad. I'm loving it. All right, let's go back here. I want to grab this. All right, let's see. Absolutely screen shake. Okay. Oh, I think I broke it. Okay, getting closer. Oh, nice. Oh man, that's jarring. I think it's maybe vibrating a little bit too much. Uh, so I'm just telling it to make the shake like less fast and a little wider, just because like right now it's like, oh, it's kind of giving me like a weird vibe when it hits this, but it's super cool. All right, now wow, it's very cool. Trying to decide if I like this shake or not. It's cool. I think it's cool. I think it's the right move. All right, so now we're going to tell it to make the lasers better. All right, let's plan our next moves, right? We want it to say this. So I'm going to export this actually screenshot. And I'm going to plug that in here. So I want it to have a loading state that looks like this. It can use fragment mono. I'm going to put fragment mono in here. Fragment mono. Maybe it's just called fragment. There it is. Let's copy that path. Also, when this loads, the ship should animate in from bottom to its current, or bottom to middle to its current position, and we need to wait for it to fake load before a user can interact. All right, let's also check our lasers. Oh yeah, these are looking better. I do think they should be a little thinner. Let's take a look at how thin they were here. Yeah, I think they can be thinner and longer. Maybe just longer. I think the lasers can be a bit longer and change in size as they get further away from the source. Oh, here we go. That's starting to come together. I don't know why it says B15023 loading, but no, it needs to be more seamless. Okay, we did this, so I'm just going to put this in here. Okay, don't want it to fade to black, but we will fix that. So I'm just explaining, I don't want it to fade to black. It should all kind of be integrated into one cohesive experience. Should also say B150 is loading and show a progress bar like the one in my screenshot. The blaster is not animating in on load like I instructed. I'm going to go back to find those instructions. There we go. Loading font size should be 10 pixels. Yeah, now it's looking a lot better. I think I want to just check something. What is our letter spacing for these? Styles computed. Our letter spacing is 0.5 pixels. So while that's doing that, let's open that up and find this. And that's what we're going to change to 0.5 in a second. But I don't want to change it until this finishes because sometimes that creates errors if this is making changes. right, now we're getting closer. I don't know why it's doing that, but also it's not working with my font properly, I think. No. The font is no longer fragment, and the loading screen seems to cover the animation. Okay. Okay. Closer. It shouldn't say builder economy, or shouldn't show builder economy until it finishes loading. The builder economy can animate in from top to its current position. Loading. Okay, I'm just gonna I don't know why my mouse also has that cursor. I'm gonna get our colors of our loading thing to be correct too. Should be loading or loader. Let's see what. Here we go. Progress bar background. We're going to change that. Oh, here's the container. That's what I want to change. All right, so we're making a lot of progress here. Honestly, this thing is nearly done. Very excited. Oops. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that background thing. Let's fix this loading thing first, just real quick. We need the star. We also need the other color, this one. Oops. Oh. Let's grab this and change this guy. Oh, it looks like that's already correct. Although is the color exactly the style of some of other stuff? Let's just see. I feel like it should be black. All right, let's get rid of that loading background thing. So loading, let's see where B150 is loading is written. It's in this loading overlay, I think. Find loading overlay. Or maybe it's this. I want to get rid of this. Where is that blur happening? Find blur. Yeah. Let's get rid of this. Okay, and now let's just see for that animation, it's going a little too high. The blaster, start ship, middle Y. To bottom to middle, middle to final position. So I'm going to actually reduce this to like maybe 3. Let's see if that changes. 2 maybe. Okay, maybe I'm doing it wrong. The ship goes a bit too high, and the easing could be a lot smoother. And I want the easing at the end to be like super slow. I want it to be like slow and deliberate, kind of dramatic. This is cool to animate this way. I mean, I literally have always had to do this by hand. So I'm kind of like explaining what I'm asking for instead of like just doing it. Oh, okay, now we're getting somewhere. That's pretty cool. I want the animation to finish though. The animation should finish when the loading ends. All right, let's think about what's next. So that is almost done. So this is going to load. We're going to need to get rid of this container. We want it to be, a background that we can easily work with. And it also needs to be responsive. I don't think it is. It needs to work on mobile too. Also, I don't love the styling of the bar. I'm going to see how we did it. How do we manage the scroll bars in other places? It doesn't look so slick, I got to say. I need to change that. Where else do we have a scroll bar? Maybe here? Thought we had styled these. Well, at least this isn't half bad. Let's see what color these are. Can I even see that information? Maybe not. Yeah. What color are these? Maybe I should grab this. Find, loading. Okay, let's see if that works. Oops. Yeah, it looks a lot nicer. I think the animation can end just after the loading finishes. Significantly after. I think it needs to be even much longer. Like it would just be nice if it's like holding, and then comes down and we're ready to begin. I'm not really seeing that dramatic pause. It should hold in the middle for like a few secs, then move down. It's not bad. Why does the builder economy bounce a bit on at the end of its animation? Can we not do that? All right, this animation, I think I need to go in here and maybe tweak this a bit. Maybe change this to 3000. No, the pause is too long and the easing got messed up. That's better. I think the easing of the ship on the way in could be longer to like reach the middle point. I want the easing of this ship, like when it comes in, it should be like tracking, and then come down, you know? Just to give the like idea that there is movement happening. I mean, we could add like a little Starfield or something. That could actually be cool too. Add a little 8-bit or like 8-bit star field for a moment while the thing is loading to give the perception of faster movement This is so rad. We're almost there, guys. This is so cool. All right, let's plot our next move. That's like we're getting there. So we got the loading state. We got these working. We need this to have a purpose, and we need some better instructions. So I'd love to have like some cool looking navigation explanation. Maybe, even though this is quite simple, I do like that. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think it should be down here in the bottom. Can you add a little explanation of the add a graphic like this of the keyboard controls? I'm gonna just like all those video games. Yeah, I kind of want like something like this. Minimal. I feel like I've seen something with Radix that they did. Kind of like that. Maybe I'll just look up KBD. Keyboard. UI. I'll just make it myself if I need to, but yeah, I think the easiest thing to do is just to do that. So I'm gonna actually move this up and like make some boxes here. Let's make it 80 by 80. Nah, I think it's got to be like 40. And we're going to round them just a bit and going to just stroke them out. And let's remove that. Maybe it's got to... Now that's definitely, I'm going to find a good stroke color here. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to add an A. We're going to use, yeah, we can use fragment mono. That's fine, since it's already installed. All right. So we got this. We've got this and this and this. So this is W, S, and D. And then we can add one more for spacebar. Oops. No. Do that. All right, just going to fix these, align them properly. Okay. So now that we've got these set up, I think we should explain what they do. Shoot. I think it did a good job already explaining that. Let's find that in the actual app. I'm going to export this, and I'm going to instruct it to create something like it. And that shows during loading, like this. Oops, wrong button. And so I'm going to just screenshot this, actually, not export the SVG. Oops. Okay, hopefully it mirrors what I did here. That would be nice. All right, so the last step is going to be, oh, there we go. Okay, that's looking good. Closer. Let's style those. You style it more like mine. I'm going to just take a screenshot of the whole page, because this just looks really nice. I'm going to actually export it. Let's go back here to downloads, grab this. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, it's looking a lot cleaner. All right. It's definitely looking pretty nice. All right, we need something to happen when, oh, I forgot the animation. We forgot about this. Oh, we forgot these two things. Let's see if we can fix those, because that would be a nice touch to just like have this little guy animating a little bit more, like when we move him around. And also those lasers just having a little bit more of a fall off effect when they get shot out. And them being a tiny bit longer. Oh yeah, the Starfield thing I don't think ever happened. I don't see that. Where is that happening? Oh, Now we're talking. This is rad. I love that. I love that. Oops. All right, so we added the animation. How about these lasers? Yeah, they do have more of a fall off now. See them. Are they black? They should be. Ah, there we go. This looks like snow. Let's make them like streaks resembling warp speed. They should fade away on loading complete. So I want them to fade away on loading complete. So I'm instructing that. Okay, it's getting closer. It needs to be faster and longer. Oops, what did I do there? They should be faster and longer. And should fade away. Yeah, so I want them to be faster and longer, and they should fade away on loading complete. Like, I want to see like warp speed. You know, something like this, but pointing downwards. Yeah, kind of like these. Just trying to see like some reference material here, maybe Blaster game. Maybe it's not a Blaster game, or maybe it's a... Well, let's just see here. I think this is the closest I found. This one. Yeah. something like this, but pointing down. All right, hopefully it figures that out. That's definitely getting there, though. I like how it falls off at the end of that, like, yeah, and then it starts. But this is a little abrupt. I wonder if the loading should not just disappear. Should it fade? Maybe it has like that, a little bit of that techno feel. All right, this thing is being a little slow. Hopefully that will trigger it. I'm going to free up some memory. Again, I have no idea if memory has anything to do with this, but hoping that will help it. All right, while that is doing it, let's map out the next step. I need the style of the game one screen to match the rest of my app. Also, it should reveal an invite code to B150. I can provide a list of invite codes. So that'll be a little Easter egg for our users who want an invite to the beta, to the B150 beta, private beta. So I'm going to leave that part out of the video. We'll add that at the end. We'll do some like test ones, but yeah, for those of you who have stuck with me and watched and followed along, you'll get access to our platform if you do that. So very excited to have this. I don't know. It could be a viral thing. Who knows? Let's see. We're almost at the end here, though. I don't know what's going on here. I'm going to stop this. We're going to revert to this commit. It was confused, and it was like trying to change some other stuff that was like super old. So I'm hoping that just firing this up again will help it. I am going to save my prompt, though. These ones have already been addressed. Oh, and the last thing is we need this to be responsive. To be responsive and work on mobile. Maybe we can use swipes to control the location of the blaster and tap to shoot. It's really struggling right now. All right, we are going to start a new chat. Create a new chat. I want the star field to be something like this. Let's go back to our Starfield. Let's see. Starfield, or what did I say? Warp, speed, 2D, blaster, something like that. Blaster game, warp speed. Damn, I don't know if I'm going to find it again. Oh, here we go. I did. All right, hoping starting a new chat will help free up a little bit of this memory and let us do its thing. Here we go. Now it's moving faster. All right, I'm going to queue up this. And then we'll do mobile last. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah. It just needs to be vertical and black, but that's definitely perfect. Just needs to be vertical and use, actually, I wonder if we should use other colors. These colors. Let's go, I'm going to go to our app and I'm going to grab all these colors. All right, and then this is the next one we're going to queue up. Yeah, it's going to be dope. I think that's going to be cool to use those different colors. It'll give it just more energy. There we go. Nice. I think we need just like a little bit of blur. Can you give the trails some blur on the tails and opacity? Because like it'd be nice if these like kind of streaked a little bit more, kind of like they've done here. Like a motion blur. That old style, like almost like Street Fighter-esque vibe to it. Although super minimal, I love it. Super fun. Oh yeah, now we're getting there. Streaks need to be longer, and I think thinner, but longer and thinner. It's definitely getting closer. I think they need to be like much longer. I think they should fall faster. Longer and fall faster. More blur. Oops. What did I just do? What is happening here? And more blur. The streaks should not appear until the ship reaches the middle point. Now I'm going to go back here. It's not bad, but I'm like wondering if it's a little distracting. The streaks should not appear in front of the loading or distraction or instructions. Oops, I keep pressing the wrong button there. Wonder if this is overkill and like kind of distracting from the coolness of this. Let's see how it does with that, if it cleans it up a bit or... no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to get rid of these streaks. let's remove the streaks entirely. All right, so we're going to get rid of that. And let's go back here. We need to add this. And then we're going to wrap this thing up, hopefully get it to work responsively. It would be hard to test that at the moment, so I'm going to have to figure out how to do that on my own. Yeah, we're coming to the end of this thing. Hopefully those streaks are gone. Let's see. But we've basically built our game here, and this can be easily now embedded inside of Webflow. Still some more work to be done here, but this is just looking absolutely fire. Let's just get the this game end screen up and running, and like we can close this thing out. Yeah, I think we will work on responsiveness later. All right, it's going a little slow. Free up some memory. All right, let's just keep clicking this. Let's see if we can get to the end here and see what message. Ah, it just reloaded automatically. Okay, keeps doing that, so probably not worth it till we finish here. But it's fun to play with anyways. It's amazing that we built this. I'm just totally blown away with what we were able to do. Yeah, it's just epic. Absolutely epic. All right, so it should have completed what it was its tasked to do. So I'm just going to like finish the game, and let's just confirm that it's actually showing the type of message that we want. Oh, it's a hard game. It takes forever. Oh man, I keep missing. There we go. Okay, nice. I don't love the style of this, but I'm gonna instruct it. Okay, so I'm gonna give it more of a style to look at. Yeah, I'm gonna just like show them the style of the modal should be like this, and a screenshot, we should use a combo of fragment, mono, and Geist sans, like we do here. So, and I think I can just leave that up and it will do what it needs to do. But oh, that's cool. It built in the copy function. Damn, I was hoping that it would leave that there so I could just, for test, maybe I'll write a test to allow that to just end the game real quick. But all right, well, I think that's a good place to end. You guys don't need to see me style this. We've built a really amazing and beautiful game, a really cool interactive feature for our website. that is going to go up here on b150.ai. And you'll see that live, hopefully, in the coming days. So thanks for tuning in and sticking with me. Really excited to launch this thing with you guys. And yeah, I know it's a long tutorial, but hopefully you learned something. So we'll talk soon.